If you put $10,000 into a savings account 20 years ago with 3% interest compounding monthly, you would have $18,208. You'd earn $8,208 in interest. Now, had you invested in gold with that $10,000, you would have had roughly 27 ounces of gold. At $2,000 today, you would be sitting on $56,000. Even at today's generous 5% APY compounding quarterly, your $10,000 will grow to only $25,707 after 20 years. That is if banks maintain the 5% APY that long. It is tempting to believe banks would keep the 5% APY for the next 20 years, and even more tempting to believe that your 5% is outpacing inflation, which the government claims to be roughly at 3%. The reality is that inflation numbers are manipulated. You have to look at the actual prices of our necessities to know how bad the US dollar is getting devalued. Gas prices are up $4 national average and $7 in major cities such as Los Angeles. A dozen eggs goes up $5 in some cities. A family that earns $100,000 annually can't afford a house. And a new study from Rent Cafe found LA rents went up 65% since 2010. That's well above the national average for the last decade, which is 36%. Do not be swayed by the 5% APY high yield savings account offers. No matter how you slice and dice it, it does not outpace inflation. We also go through an economic crisis every 5.5 years. Well, it is important to have cash for emergency. Don't put everything in the bank. Match every dollar you risk in the bank with $1 in gold. In 20 years, that's at least 3 seasons when stocks, bonds, cash, and even real estate would be worth nothing. This is why you need a hedge. A hedge will keep you afloat when all your other assets are down. It's your last line of defense, the shield that will protect everything else you've got, and an asset that will give you the peace of mind and security of knowing you will be able to live the lifestyle you saved for. Gold is the best hedge there is. Historically, it has gone up during and right after an economic crisis. It holds up its value and is the favorite of central banks and billionaires for a reason. In 10 or 20 years, you'll be thankful you did.